I'm so personally just giddy and excited for this next conversation because my next guest is someone so full of life and light. She's one of those women you just want to get to know. So we've invited her in for a good girlfriend chat, part of an ongoing series called On My Mind, where we invite a woman you know and admire to share what she's currently thinking about, those womanly thoughts that are just rolling around in our beautiful brains professionally and personally. Today's On My Mind guest is Rebecca Cressman, the midday host of FM 100.3. Her energy on air, as you hear it and feel it, has the power to brighten your day, warm up your drive, and she spreads her sunshine both locally and internationally. Rebecca frequently travels to South America to perform humanitarian missions, and she's a public advocate for women's health after her own personal battle with breast cancer. She's a wife, a mom, and a grandma too. So much to love about this lady we call Walking Sunshine. Welcome back to Studio 5, sister.
Oh, thank you. All I can think about is you're pregnant. And I know we're supposed to talk about my thoughts, but that's
You're
on my
so
thoughts.
kind.
And I'm so excited for you.
We're so thrilled. Like, we just get more excited than I underestimated too being able to share this, not just with awesome friends and family, but like with my kids. Because when Penny was born, Emmy was 5, and now they're old enough to kind of get it.
They're all going to be able to baby the baby.
Anyway, enough about that. We're so excited. How's your summer going?
It is beautiful.
Yes?
Especially now that the temps are cooling down a little bit.
It feels good,
That was a
doesn't it?
scorcher.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good. Let's jump right in. I love this series because it's unstructured, unscripted, just good girlfriend chat.
Yeah.
But don't you find as women we do kind of get on these, not soapboxes, but we get on these topics that kind of ruminate a little bit, and they grow in you, and it feels good to share and get them out.
Yeah.
So professionally, what's been in your mind, on your mind lately?
Well, I think, you know, professionally, one of the things working in radio does is I get to interview people, okay? So constantly I'm talking to people, and I'm always talking to people who want to make the world a better place. Yeah. People who are leading nonprofits, people that are trying to feed the hungry, you know, or like when there was the fires in Maui, right? And then everyone's like, okay, let's raise money because we all have some kind of connection to Hawaii. And I thought, it really does balance me, the fact that I am talking to people who believe in a better world, who believe that a little step forward or a donation or whatever it may be can help the world become a better place. And I think we all need that. The world can be heavy. Our own personal lives, goodness gracious, I've had heavy. I know what heavy feels like. Yeah. I think we have to purposely seek out being a part of something or connecting with people that make the world a better place and that believe in it. Because if not, we get overcome. So that's been one of my things is with FM 100 is like whether we're at the homeless shelters or wherever it may be, it's like, oh, it's a reminder that there's a swarm of bees in our beehive saying, let's make this a more beautiful, safer place for children, for adults, and we can connect to that.
And I think to pause and celebrate the action and the motion that comes with these moments of crisis, because sometimes you almost feel like it's expected, right? Like the fires happen, of course we're gonna help Maui, or Thanksgiving rolls around, and of course we're gonna stock the shelves with the food bank. But you, and I've always appreciated about this about you, you're someone who marinates in the moment. Like no, this is one person in front of me that I'm talking to that is giving of themselves, and that's something to note.
Well, and I think too, along with one of your previous segments, is that when we're in the present tense and we're connecting with a person, that's when we are healing. So even in the midst of something that's difficult for them or for us, if we're really listening to them and we're connecting to them, that's when we have those kind of moments that say, oh, this is a beautiful world, even with its difficult times. So I hope that makes sense.
It does.
Like
it does.
You got to be in that moment and not just think about big picture.
How do you be in that moment, though, as a busy mom, wife, grandma, professional? Like, has that come naturally for you, or is that a developed discipline over the years?
I think that's a really great question. I think I've become a better listener over the years, and I think my kids have taught me that. That I'm trying to just go, what is this person sharing with me right now, and keep that eye contact, and then reflect right back what that person is feeling, right? And instead of, here's my thoughts on how you can fix the popsicle.
Did that take time and
training? Oh my goodness, yeah. I think so. But I think if we're not afraid of people, it makes it easier to sit with them. Like, don't be afraid of the big feelings coming your way. Don't be,
or even the awkward silence, right?
Yeah.
I found myself in a conversation the other day with a group of girlfriends, and something hard was being shared.
Yeah.
And toward me, with me, and I kind of sat there and let it land for a minute. As we walked away, 20 minutes later, I had another girlfriend say, well, that was kind of awkward. I said, I think the silence needs to be accepted sometimes, that we don't need to be thinking of the next thing or the next idea.
Exactly.
But just to be there with someone, like you said, that's when healing happens.
Yeah, I'm just going to share this with you for a bit. It sounds a little kind of like, oh, you know, hippie or whatever, but woo-woo. But there really is the thing to be just being there for a minute and going, wow, I can't fix that really, but I can share this moment with you.
To pause.
To pause.
And if that person's confident, like when you pause in a conversation, I know you're comfortable and confident there, and so I feel at rest with you. That's a gift of yours.
Why don't you come over to my house?
It's a gift. I would love to.
Okay.
I would love to just sit and hang. What's been on your mind personally?
Personally, you know, the last 7 years, I've been a grandma. And they call me Nona. And people have always said, oh, wait till you're grandma. You're going to love this experience. My 2 grandbabies, there's little Charlie. He's just a year old. That is my Charlotte. She's 7. And my son Troy and Caroline are their parents. That's us on our facials.
Looking your best.
Yeah, getting some facials together. At nighttime, we were playing this game, pajama football. We had some things to do together. I just think, you know, maybe being a cancer survivor, I cherish every moment, whether it is spilled milk or whether it's a facial with a grandchild, because in truth, this life is very precious. And I can't tell you how much joy and wonder and love those grandchildren bring to me. They are my greatest love and greatest joy right now. And I feel so blessed. And I'm wearing a necklace, a choker that was made by
Charlotte made
Charlotte made this. And it's
She's got style.
She does.
So they were right. All those people that said it was sweeter than you could imagine.
Yeah, but I think getting down and playing with them is so important. Like grandmas, it's okay to have the pillows in the right place and everything, but it's not just about being there. It's about getting and doing the crayons and coloring and playing with them, because those are for us. We feel like kids again and joyful, and we get to connect more with the grandkids. So that's been beautiful.
Well, this has been beautiful. We're not done yet. We're going to take a quick break and come back with one more point Rebecca's been thinking about, a point that's been on her mind. That's next on Studio 5. Welcome back into Studio 5. I'm with radio host Rebecca Cressman from FM 100.3. Who's manning the radio booth right now?
A little computer.
Okay, we're
Rebecca,
good.
Come back upstairs and everything will be okay.
Okay, we're good. We're good for now. So you listeners are still getting your great music and talk, and we get to chat with this bright light today on Studio 5. She's been sharing what's on her mind as part of our ongoing Studio 5 series. We talked about kind of a professional point of thought. We talked about a personal one. Third category I want to ask you about is just maybe this like point of growth or like personal development. What are you thinking about in regards, because you're a person that constantly pushes herself toward the next goal. I know that.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. It's been a humble couple of years. So after chemo, you lose some of your, you know, not just hair, but a little bit of your strength and self and other things. And then I got in a car accident a couple of years ago, and it wiped out a lot of my cognitive, like memories and things. And so I kept thinking, who am I when I am not that person? Okay, and I thought, can I still do, like once a year I do these humanitarian trips with Eagle Condor. I'm a board member on this organization. And I thought, can I still do these things if I'm not who I was before, right?
It's a big question.
It's a big question.
Yeah.
And so I thought to myself, well, yeah, that's what makes me me, is if I'm doing things I love.
And to give and connect.
And if I'm not 100% of what I was before, 90% of me is okay, or 80% of me is okay. So that's been a big aha for me, that sense of continuing to try to do the things that give me joy and allowing it to not be as perfect as it used to be. Okay, so like we just went to Ecuador, did a big project up in the mountains with the Otovalan people. Day one, I break my foot. I mean, we're kind of like hiding my little cast right here. And I laughed and I said to the youth that were on that, like, this is life. Like sometimes you get a change.
I know, but day one.
Day one, and then, you know, we put a 2-gallon Ziploc bag on top of that, and we're just like, we just will.
You pivoted.
Pivot and
Which is
go.
such a good metaphor, I think, for any challenge or change that a woman faces, is to stay light on your feet. And to keep swimming, right?
Yeah, and to know that just because it's different.
There you go.
Doesn't mean it's it's not going to be meaningful or fulfilling or help you grow or learn.
I love it.
Just to embrace that.
I love it, and we love you.
Oh, I love you
Thank you
right
for being
back.
part of this series.
Thank
On My
you.
Mind, it's just good girlfriend chat. Fills your soul,
is.
fills your heart, and we're better because of it. Of course, you can hear Rebecca weekdays on FM 100.3. Thank you so much, sister.
I love you.
Love
Is that
you.
the right
back.
heart
That's it.
thing?
That's
Okay,
it.
there it is.
Yeah, totally.